How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to Island of Vape. So today we're doing something a little bit different. It's a fruity flavour. I don't generally get on with fruits. I was browsing the net and happened to I was just browsing the net. I was browsing the internet and I came across a new range of juices to the UK. Charlie's Chalk Dust. I've been doing the rounds in the US for a little bit now. Again, you can see it's a 3mg juice. Like I said, I'm dropping out the nicotine, so all future reviews, unless I've already got the juice, are going to be 3mg. Yeah, it's been doing the rounds in the US for a little while. Vapeclub.co.uk, again, link below as always. Those guys have got the rights to distribution in the UK by the looks of it, so good news for them. And great news for us as well. So this is Bangin Boogie. It is a blueberry popsicle. It's supposed to be sweet blueberry, but a sort of iced vape, just to give it that kind of coolness. Apparently it's not going to give me a brain freeze, which is great. As far as the options for this are concerned, it does come in 15ml bottles, it comes in 30ml bottles, and also, if you can find it, I believe it's sold out pretty quick on the Vape Club site, 120ml bottles. So obviously some people in the US like this juice enough that they're willing to buy 120ml of it. They're obviously dripping it like crazy. That tells me that it's, you know, if they're producing it at 120ml worth, it's got to be pretty good. As far as the VG to PG goes, it's a 70/30, so it's prime for dripping. If you're into your dripping, if you're into your cloud chasing, well, yeah, 70/30, you should be getting some massive clouds off of it. Milligram strength wise, it's your usual milligram strengths for the US: 0, 3, 6, 12 and 18. So let's give it the sniff test and see if it smells like it's supposed to. See if it freezes the inside of my nose like it would do if I stuck a popsicle up there. Well, actually, yeah, that is quite cold. It's almost like if you sniff menthol. I mean, I've had kind of iced berry mixes in the past. It's like that kind of menthol freshness in your nose. I'm definitely getting the blueberries, and it is quite a sweet blueberry. I'll be very interested to see what it's like in a tank. So as ever, vaping on the Sigelei 150 watt. I've got it in an Atlantis 2 tank today. You can see there, airflow on the top's wide open, airflow on the bottom is also wide open. It is pretty gloopy, this juice, but then again it's a 70/30, so that's sort of to be expected. The coils in these things are more than capable of handling that. Settings wise, well, it's at 28.5 watts. It's on a 0.5 ohm coil. Again, the Sigelei's reading it as a 0.6. I do find that regardless of what coils I seem to put in this thing, it does always seem to read them at 0.1 higher than they are out of the packet. So don't know whether that's an issue with the Sigelei really, or with the coils themselves. But either way, it vapes just fine, so it's not a problem. That's nice. As far as blueberry goes, yeah, it is very blueberry-y. There's definitely a big blueberry hit, but I would say it's quite harsh. The cooling agent that they've used, I mean, it is quite cold. It is quite cool. I mean, I'm vaping at 28.5 watts, so it's relatively warm anyway, but you do get that cooling sensation. But I would say that the blueberry, the sort of berryness, and the sweetness that kind of make that really sweet, coupled with that cooling agent, it does produce quite a big throat hit for something that's only 3mg juice, quite, you know, relatively high VG. When you're taking a big lung hit from it, you will really feel it in your throat. I'd almost go so far as to say it's kind of almost a little bit dry in the back of your throat. It's certainly dry. It's certainly making it a bit difficult to talk. If you're into your fruit flavours, you're probably used to this sort of throat hit. But for those of you that aren't, if you're thinking about getting into the sort of popsicle, you know, the popsicle thing appeals to you, it's great. You can get on with it. You certainly would be able to chuck away. But that throat hit for me, probably wouldn't have it as like an all-day kind of thing, just because I can see it really drying my throat out, and talking could be an issue, and you know, I like to talk. So as far as clouds go, they're pretty big. I mean, as to be expected from a 70/30, you know, you're going to get big clouds anyway. These are really nice and satisfying. You can chuck a big billowing cloud out, and you get some nice smoke rings if that's your thing, if you're into your sort of tricks and stuff. I imagine dripping this, you're going to get some really big clouds off of that as well. So that's my take on Charlie's Chalk Dust Head Bangin Boogie. It is obviously very popular in the US. For me, not an all-day vape because of that dryness, that bigger throat hit than normal. I like something a bit smoother, but that being said, in terms of it being blueberry popsicle, yeah, it's pretty spot on. It is really nice, it's a great flavour, but I don't think that I'd want to be vaping this all day, every day, just because it will kind of pick in the back of your throat a little bit. I'd probably use it for sort of sitting in front of the TV, maybe a bit of gaming, something like that, or, you know, even taking it out if I wasn't planning on going out for a really long time, if I was just hanging around with some friends or something. Yeah, I'd probably get away with it, but in terms of using it all day, I probably wouldn't. It is great, it's a fantastic flavour, and I think I probably will be purchasing some more of it when this does run out, because 15 millilitres, I'm an idiot buying 15 millilitres really. I should just buy 30 and take the hit if it's not that great. I think if I spent some time with it, I could probably mitigate that throat hit a little bit, just kind of get used to it, get used to that sort of drier vape that you get off of it. But no, certainly Charlie's Chalk Dust, I'd be interested to try out some more of the flavours in their range. There's some interesting ones in there. Again, another great juice from the US. So there you go. As always, I know everybody says it, leave a comment, like, subscribe, blah 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 if that's your thing. If you want to see more of my ugly mug on your computer screens, don't forget to check us out on Instagram, Islander Vape, or on Twitter at Islander Vape. Or alternatively, www.islandervape.com, where there are a whole bunch of articles. We're chucking new stuff up every day. All sorts of news and articles on vaping for beginners right the way through to the advanced. So check it out, and happy vaping.